Being able to understand ADPs and being able to identify players who will outperform those set ADPs is crucial to fantasy football success. That being said, I have identified 3 quarterbacks that I think will outperform their ADP in 2023, thus making them a value for you in your fantasy football drafts. If you're new to the channel, I'm Andrew. Welcome to the League FFB. We talk fantasy football on here every day, so make sure you are subscribed for more fantasy football content. But without wasting any more time, let's hop right into the video. Now, my first value for the quarterback position is going to be Derek Carr for the New Orleans Saints, currently being drafted as QB 19 on Sleeper, but in my personal ranks, I have him as QB 17. Now, Derek is going to be more of a value in your 6-point passing touchdown leagues, but I think he's still going to be a value regardless of the scoring in your league. And a majority of the reason behind that is because of his switch from the Las Vegas Raiders to the New Orleans Saints this season. Now, part of why I think that the Saints is an upgrade from the Las Vegas Raiders is because the Saints targeted downfield more in 2022 than the Las Vegas Raiders. They had a higher net yards per attempt, and additionally, last year, the Raiders only had 1 receiving option play in all 17 games, which obviously was Davante Adams. Now, he obviously led the team as a receiver, but their number 2 receiver last year in Las Vegas was Mac Hollins. Hollins had 57 receptions for 690 yards and 4 touchdowns, and it's obviously not ideal to have Mac Hollins as your wide receiver too. Both Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow missed 7 games or more each, but now Carr is going to transition to a New Orleans Saints offense that is going to feature Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Juwan Johnson, Rashid Shaheed, Jamal Williams, maybe even Kendre Miller this season, and really just a group of many more receiving options for Derek Carr, who should be much more efficient than those 2022 Las Vegas Raiders. Additionally, when you go to Fantasy Pros and you look up the strength of schedule for fantasy football players, Derek Carr has the 3rd easiest strength of schedule for the quarterback position in fantasy football for 2023, which is obviously ideal for your fantasy football quarterbacks because the easier the strength of schedule, the easier the matchups are for you on a week-to-week basis. Obviously, like I said, being drafted as QB 19, but my personal QB 17, I think Derek Carr is low risk and has the ability to outperform that QB 19 ADP in 2023. Now, the second quarterback that I think will outperform his ADP in 2023 is going to be Seattle Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith. Geno currently has a sleeper ADP of QB 15, but I currently have him as my QB 12 in my personal rankings. Last season, Geno Smith was top 8 in passing yards, air yards, passing touchdowns, deep ball attempts, adjusted yards per attempt, and most importantly, fantasy football points per game. Geno was also top 5 in true completion percentage, deep ball completion percentage, play action completion percentage, and clean pocket completion percentage. Additionally, the Seahawks added my wide receiver 1 in the class, Jackson Smith-Njigba, to this receiving core, and running back Zach Charbonnet to help with offensive efficiency and with extending drives during the 2023 season. And yes, I understand that last year could be an outlier season for Geno Smith, and quite frankly, it was. But if Geno can replicate what he did in 2022, QB 15 off the board is too low. And if he does improve on what he did in 2022, I even think that my personal QB 12 rank could be too low for fantasy football. Now, my third and final player who I think can outperform their ADP at the quarterback position in 2023 is going to be Kenny Pickett, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Currently being drafted as the QB 24 on Sleeper and my quarterback 19 in my personal rankings, I personally think Kenny Pickett is undervalued in fantasy football. Obviously, last year was less than ideal for Kenny Pickett, but when you really start breaking down the data and looking at the numbers, you'll really understand that Kenny Pickett's season wasn't as bad as we think. Kenny Pickett had the 3rd highest percentage of hurried dropbacks in the NFL in 2022, and he virtually had no time to read the field before having to get rid of the football. Even while being rushed, Pickett was top 10 in deep ball completion percentage and pressured completion percentage, and he also had the number 1 deep ball catchable pass rate and pressured catchable pass rate in the NFL. Pickett was also number 6 in deep ball accuracy rating and number 6 in under pressure accuracy rating, so I really don't think it's fair to judge last year's struggles on Pickett because he statistically really was good in most of these metrics. He just had no time to throw the football and no time to read the defense. The good news is that the Pittsburgh Steelers do have an improved line for the 2023 season, and PFF is ranking their offensive line top 12 in the NFL to start the season. I'm also projecting a second-year leap from Pickett, as well as wide receiver George Pickens, and also a step forward in development with additional weapons like Pat Freiermuth, Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, and so on. So combining all of that with what we've already seen this year as Pickett's ran their preseason season offense. I am confident drafting Pickett as QB24, and I really do expect him to outperform his ADP in 2023. Again, it is very important for us to be able to understand ADPs and identify players who are going to outperform those ADPs, and these are 3 guys that I really do think will do that this year in the 2023 season. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you leave a like down below, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that good YouTube stuff, because it really is the best free way to support our channel. I don't have anything else for you guys today. I will see you on our next video. Peace out.